Now you should be ready to set up FileZilla. It's already installed on your machine, so you can either go through your Start menu, or if you install the icon on the desktop, you can open it up that way. As you can see, I've already got FileZilla open on my machine, and there are some files here, but I'm going to step you through the initial setup. And if you notice in the upper left hand corner, there's a number of blank boxes, actually just along the top there, and the first item we need to plug in there is the host, and our host is ftp://viking.mccc.edu. Then we're going to tab over the username. Now your usernames were emailed to you, and you're just going to type in, now mine is HAYDENE, and the password again is going to be from the email that you were sent. Now passwords are case sensitive, so where you see possibly upper and lowercase letters, you're going to have to make sure that you follow that convention. And also, if you happen to have any dashes, and I think almost everyone does have it set up with numbers, letters, and dashes in their password, you need to include them as well. Now, we're not going to enter a port, that's not necessary. We're just going to click on Quick Connect. Now, as you do that, the system is going to connect you to the Viking server, and if you look in this upper screen, you're going to see the conversation or communication between your computer and the Viking server. Just underneath that, you should see where it says local site. Now, that's your local computer. Now, I'm already in the C drive in my IST140 folder. You're going to have to navigate to the folder where you're keeping all your files for your HTML project. This is just like Windows Explorer, so you're going to see the same file conventions, folder within a folder. If you see up top, I'm highlighting my IST140 folder, and underneath is the contents of that folder. So once you navigate to the location where your files are, now in my case I need to go into my index folder, and it's just taking a second here, and I've got a number of things in here, multiple copies, different things as I go along. What I need to do is copy or upload the files that I need for my web page into the remote site. So you have local site on the left and remote site on the right. What you should have in the remote site, you start with your main folder and you can expand that. You can just double click on it. Now I've created a couple folders in here, a backup and a public_HTML. You should have the public_HTML. It doesn't always get generated if you don't have it. What you would do is right click on the main folder, go down in the menu to where it says Create Directory, and then you're just going to type in public_HTML. I already have it, so I'm not going to duplicate, and you would just type that in and hit OK. Then you want to click on your public_HTML folder, because this is where you're going to load everything. Just like on the left side, I have local site at the top, I have my folders, and then whatever I'm highlighting, the contents are underneath. Same thing on the right side, we have remote site up at the top, I'm highlighting my public_HTML folder. All the files that are inside it would be underneath. Of course, right now it's showing me it's an empty directory because I haven't copied anything or uploaded anything into it yet. Now the main file you're all going to need is the index.html file, and I can right click on that and I can drag it over into that empty directory and release, and it'll automatically upload that for me. Now that's my main page, but I know I've got multiple graphics, so I need to pull them into here too, or upload them. Now I've got a number of graphics, and there's some in here that I'm not using on this particular page, but I have a whole bunch of JPEG files, and I'm just going to click on the first one and hold down the Shift key and then use the down arrow to highlight all my JPEGs, and I've got a few PNG files at the bottom and I don't want those, so I'm just going to get the JPEGs. Now that they're all highlighted, I'm going to just click and drag them in to my public.html folder as well. You can see the conversation at the top of the screen as it's moving those things through. And now I've got a whole bunch of JPEGs. I've got my HTML file. I've got a lot of things to work with in here. So since I have everything I need for my web page, what I'd like to do now is save this. And I'm going to click on File and go down the menu to Copy Current Connection to Site Manager. And in here it's giving me an opportunity to name my site, and I'm just going to call it Viking. So now you've got your FTP set up, so the next time you want to come in, we'll just hit OK. You should be able to come up to the Quick Connect icon and use the drop down arrow, and you can see it listed there. Or if we click on File, below File, on the icon next to Open the Site Manager, you can see Viking in there. And it's telling me I'm already connected, but if you weren't connected, you could just click on that. So now that everything's loaded, let's switch over and take a look at how it really looks on the web. I'm going to go over to my Firefox and open a new window, and I'm going to type in the URL, which is http://viking.mcc.edu/tilde, which is next to the number 1 on your keyboard to the left of it. You're going to have to hold down the shift. It's like a little squiggly line is a tilde. And then your login name. So I've got HAYDENE. So again, http://viking.mcc.edu/tilde and your username. I'm just going to hit enter. And there we go. And I've loaded my first web page onto the internet. And this is not just something that you can access because you're in this class. Anybody you know, you can send them this URL and they'll be able to open it and see your work as well. So, once you've gotten this far, you should be uploading all your materials directly to your website. That's where I'm going to check your work going forward. If you have any difficulties in this, contact me immediately. We need to make sure that you can do this. It's absolutely critical that you're able to upload your files to the web server, and then we can view them together here. Again, critical to get this done. That's why for this week, your only assignments are the exam, your blog post, and to connect to this server. So good luck!